We have so many highlights in this sale, from iconic golden era Wizard of Oz to more modern day films, Thelma and Louise, to other icons, Johnny Cash, Elvis Presley. But what's really unique about this sale is having the collection of Colonel Tom Parker directly from his estate, which is kind of uncanny. As far as something more rare that I think we've not seen hit the market, and this is another piece that I'm really excited about, is the telegram that was sent by Colonel Parker and All Star Shows, which was the management company that the Colonel ran to take care of all of Elvis's appearances, shows, everything he did basically. It's really special because I've never seen anything like this where the Colonel and the team, the next day, Lisa Marie was born February 1st, 1968. This was actually sent on the 2nd of February, the very next day, from the Colonel and the team directly to Elvis and Priscilla.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that'd be a good cut.
I was going to say it was mine, but if he wants to take credit.
It was traffic.
We have a traveling clock from Movado. It's a mid-century piece that's beautifully inscribed on the back, "To the Admiral, love Elvis." And what's neat about that is, so Elvis called the Colonel Admiral and the Colonel. So he had kind of little pet names for him that the Colonel obviously earned along the way. And the inscriptions on the back are just so unbelievable. But I think one of my personal favorites and one of the more rare and quirky, unique items of the sale is definitely the business contacts book. So the Colonel has this beautiful business contacts book that literally has pretty much every major notable celebrity that Elvis was friends with or that the Colonel had contact with. But I think another highlight of the sale for sure that's going to shock everybody is the handwritten lyrics for Heartbreak Hotel. That was the song in 1955 that Elvis wrote with Mae Axton that really kicked off everything and created rock and roll as we know it today. As far as auction value, I would estimate this between $200,000 to $300,000. As far as appraised value, this could be appraised for easily around $1 million. It's just an iconic piece of history, and there is not another one. So we expect this to sell somewhere in the $125,000 to $150,000 range just because of the rarity and importance of this piece. And the fact that it has the dual celebrity ties makes it really an exceptional find and great investment piece. Another fun fact is that it actually, when it was gifted by Elvis, the TCB did not have diamonds on it. Elvis jewelry is so unique because there's so many different asset classes within the asset class. So you have 50s jewelry, you have 60s jewelry, you have 70s jewelry, you have personal jewelry, you have gifted jewelry, you have stage-worn jewelry. So there's so many different tiers of Elvis jewelry. In my opinion, the most valuable jewelry is definitely the 1950s era, and also pieces that are photographed clearly on stage that have that connection and that provenance. But it doesn't make any of the other pieces less valuable. So these unbelievably rare glasses were actually worn by Elvis in multiple publicity shoots on multiple occasions. He later gifted them to his ranch hand. This phenomenal piece was actually gifted from Elvis Presley to Barbara Crosby. She admired it one day and Elvis ended up giving it to her, and according to her letter of provenance, it hung in the billiard room at Graceland between '64 and '65. A lot of our buyers and collectors, whether they're museums, public companies, private individuals, we found, because we've been watching this space for almost 20 years, every single year Elvis artifacts outperform the S&P 500. They have proven to be the best investments that you can make as far as anything that he ever touched, owned, gifted. It's just unbelievable.
Do you know who made?
So what we have here is a pill bottle from 1962 that belonged to Marilyn Monroe. This particular prescription, we believe, was probably one of the last that she ever had filled because it was filled 6 months right before she passed, and it was for Seconal. This piece actually came off of the decking when they filmed Titanic, which was the 1997 blockbuster film by James Cameron. This is an original piece of the decking as they were doing the filming in Mexico. Another important piece of history we have in the auction is this is a real piece of coal that was on the Titanic that tragically sank April 15th of 1912, where 1,500 people lost their lives. What's interesting is someone had to travel down, I believe, over... We actually have the full ensemble, so the denim jacket and her outfit that she was seen wearing in the beginning of the film when she was the doting, obedient housewife. And as soon as they take off and get going on their epic journey, that was actually the outfit she was wearing in the beginning of the film. What's interesting about the Tin Man is all of his wardrobe and props were lost. We were told that there were 3 oil cans. This particular one came directly from Jack Haley's estate and was at the opening day for the Academy of Motion Pictures Museum. So it was part of the opening exhibit that they had, which is pretty iconic. It does have that paperwork, full provenance. It is just an unbelievable piece because it's the only known artifact from the Tin Man. So the Academy actually valued it at $1 million, but our client actually later had it appraised for $3.2 million. So somebody stands to get a great deal and a great investment because that's another one we expect to just continue to go up in value. There's never going to be another Wizard of Oz.
A modest, simple man.
He definitely was. Because who likes a stinky shoe?